welcome to an F1 2011 qualifying with me, Andrew Bortz. I taking you to Suzuka this time, after a dreadful race in Singapore, in my view. Completely dry track. No, a few clouds in the sky. Apparently it was only meant to be light cloud for the entire weekend. So not perfect. Not optimal grip conditions. Here's my setup if you want to try it. I spent a good 4 hours before the practice sessions doing some setup work in TT, the time trial mode, and my very first setup I went quickest on the time trial wets, and it only put me something like 2 seconds off in the TT dry, so I was quite happy with that. But 4 hours later down the line, I was up there with the top guys in the dry as well, and went back to the TT wet and improved by another second and a half. So it's put me 4th, but top of the unassisted times. So cool, I like that. Practice sessions, they went pretty well. First practice session, I was lingering about 10th place, sitting on primes. I'd done a 15 lap stint, so that was pretty impressed with. So I just had to go and burn a set of options right at the end, and it stuck me on first by a good 0.6 of a second. Cocked up the first sector. So yeah, cool. That gone out now. On the primes, I think I've got 6 laps of fuel on board. I always go for 6 because 5 never seems enough for 3 or 4 fast laps. You always tend to run out on the 4th lap right at the end, normally on the pit straight. So always go for 6. And notice going out here as well, going out on the cold tyres, this track is so slippery compared to the others, especially the first sector. No grip at all, and you may see me go off coming out of the pits, I think, in the next stint. See there, no curves, HRT, no curves. What a bane that's been. Then again, it may have been too easy if I had it. If any one of you noticed my setup, it's completely different to what I normally run. I think it's only the suspension settings that are really the same. It didn't work in a little test qualifying with Zomaka and Fidel or Legend Live Live or something. I was completely 2 seconds off the pace. Oh, I just didn't have an answer for him. So getting this first sector hooked up is so important, and this corner is not really hard. Sorry, not really easy. I just had to let him go. He's on a flyer. I wouldn't get penalised in this game, but in real life you would, so I'll do what you do in real life. Turn it back down to low. There's no point continuing this hot run. Put an extra stress through the tyres. Not much really to say about the track. It's definitely harder in cockpit view to hit all your apexes, especially your blind ones. Although I'm finding this track IR is really helping some. I can't fault it too much so far. The only problem I've found with it so far is if you have a if you've put your computer in a very light room, your track IR will pick up all of the light surfaces, and it doesn't like it. And the more that it's picking up, the less it focuses on the tracking dots on your headset or your hat, whichever you've got them mounted on. So that can be a bugger. So currently I've got a sleeping bag, a box, and a couple of my pillows all leaned up against my window to block the incoming light. Although it was about 3 o'clock in the morning when I was doing this, so I don't think light was a problem then. So I've dropped down to 12th now, but at first that wasn't a flyer. Still quicker than a few of the back marker teams. That's all right. And this lap's going well. 3 seconds up. On what would that be? Would that be on 10th place, man, or my personal best? That's my up on my personal best. So I was down in 15th, now in 9th. You'll hear that a lot. But time in Sector 3 is always really good. It's like a second quicker than anyone else. The AI do not take 130R flat out. I do. Not with the DRS open though. I did attempt that once in practice, and I had to give it a slight downshift, and I accidentally downshift twice. And I had this nasty rumbling sound from the throttle every time I accelerated. And I decided, well, okay, this happened to me in Monaco. I know I can go a couple of laps with it, so let's do a couple of laps and bring it in before my engine blows. About 30 seconds later, halfway around the lap, my engine blew. Sorry, my gearbox failed. And that was the end of that engine. So that's the second engine I've been through this season, like that. Ooh, nearly getting out of shape there, but still up on my time. I'm backing out of this because I did go off track, and it almost certainly gave me advantage. So pull back off of that one. I can't stress how much that first corner is a nightmare. I don't tend to brake. I just use the gear shifts to bring the speed down. But you know, after my engine failure, it's thinking, oh, I don't want to do this really. But it's the only way I could gain decent lap time. 4/10 up already, and Mr. Glock, oh no, D'Ambrosio decides to sit right in my path. So let's back off again. Oh, this isn't going well, is it? Only got 1 lap of fuel, so I've not got enough fuel for another run, so I'll be coming in this lap. Well, I believe I came in this lap. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. I've only just got up. And I've got a 12-hour day ahead of me at work, driving a bus. I quite like this track. It's in F1 2010. It was sort of my bane because it never worked with 1-1 wing settings, I could still be pretty damn quick there, but oh, it was hellish. And once Mr. Victor Anderson, aka Grisfist, came out with the 11-1 wing setup, which in my opinion should never have been allowed, or well, should never have worked. It should have been fixed like the 1111's spring bug in this one. So everyone started using that sort of setup, and I had no chance at this track anymore. But that's another story, another rant for another day, I suppose. So, options. Feel I need options.
You're losing time in sectors 1 and 3.
Losing time in sectors 1 and 3. I don't believe that. Probably because I just slowed down. So, who have we got out at the moment? Oh, Massa's down there. Massa. The usual culprits, but yeah, that's surprising. Why is Massa down there? I don't know. And Rosberg's not far behind. So there's two people that could knock me out. So I know I've got to go back out. But time difference didn't look too bad. Another 3/10 to push me up a good 4 or 5 places. So am I going to go out on primes or options to make sure? I think I went out on primes. Yeah.
All set.
Playing with the camera. It's the only interesting thing I get to do now while going out of the garage is swivel my head and stuff. It's so cool. I get to see things that I just never got to see before. Oh yeah, that's why I waited to come out a little bit. I was waiting for a little gap in the traffic. Oh yeah, and do I go off here? No, I don't. I thought I went off, but maybe that was in a practice session. Someone's right up my arse again. Oh, Mr. Buemi, my rival. As of two or three races ago. And he's on the options. So he will be going fast. So my best so far, 133.2. In practice, my best on primes was a 133 flat, I think. No, it was about 132.6. So I know I can go fast, so that's why I've gone out, back out on primes. Engine mix up to high, and let's go for another run. Tyres aren't completely warmed up, but I could never get them up to temperature in one lap. Nearly going off there. And nearly there as well. This first sector is so tricky. You've got to sacrifice certain corners to get the best corner entries and exits out of the further ones, and it's quite hard to force yourself to do that.
We need to be 17th or higher to get into the next session.
So my sector time for first sector equals my best. That's all right. As I say, I'm someone who likes that sort of thing, equaling sector or lap times that I've previously done. You know, what are the chances, eh? So I'm now currently in the drop zone. So now the pressure is on. Tyres are fully up to temperature now. And as Buemi stays out of my way, 6/10 up. So as long as I don't mess this up, I should go through. There we go, 132.6. Equals my fastest on in practice on primes, and I believe that was actually on a on the 15 lap run in the first session. So there's still more time to come out of these tyres if I wanted. I'm definitely still pushing. 3/10 up, 2.5 tenths up. 13th's probably not going to catch Button. But if he's gone out on primes, then I might get a few more places. I love this, the spoon curve. It's so easy to go off here, as you just witnessed. Oh well, lap cancelled. Two laps of fuel, so I've got enough for one more flying lap. And then I'll be back into the pits and see whether I've made it through to Q2. And no more news on any car releases. I think we've had them all now. I haven't seen the Mercedes car yet. I'm hoping that one doesn't have a step nose like most of the other teams. I really hope that doesn't become common. But I did hear they've just done their filming day at Silverstone. So I assume they got some data out of that if they're allowed it in filming.
3 minutes to go.
I don't know. Post in the comments, channel, if you know the answer to that one. So what was that? I was 6/10 up on first sector alone, which is pretty damn good. As long as I don't stuff this corner up. But I'm going a bit conservative this time round. Oh, back markers, no, no, no. Ooh, that could have gone horribly wrong. And I knew that when I did it in when I was racing it. I was tempted to back out since I was technically already got the time I need. But we go 3/10 quicker, and I'm still in 14th, so I've not improved, but I have secured that position hopefully. So just my slow down lap with 1 minute and 54 to go. Try not to put any excessive wear through these tyres now. And just hope I don't get knocked out.
The brakes are too cold. We need to get some heat.
Yes, not Rob. I really need brake temperature now. It was going on off. Sorry, someone just went into my room and scared the shit out of me. But I do have sausages on toast. Now that's a combination I haven't had before. With tomato ketchup. Shame I can't eat it for another minute.
1 minute to go.
It looks like all these guys in front of me are on slow down laps as well, so no threat from them, if any of them are behind me. 0 laps of fuel. And I'm out of fuel. Splutter, splutter, splutter. And as you can see, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that actually when I came in, or when I was doing the cool down lap. Cool. So that's that. Qualified. Buemi top. Wow. And usual suspects being on primes: Hamilton, Vettel, Alonso, Button, and who got knocked out? Schumacher, Massa. Ooh, 2 big names: Trulli, Kovalainen, Lutzi, D'Ambrosio, and Glock. Thank you for listening.